Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So we now have a second Republican on record who has admitted that their party, the Republican Party, is going to cut Social Security benefits. So they can squeal and whine and moan all they want, but this is now just their talking point. This is what they themselves are admitting to. And there's also an agency official who has admitted that Elon Musk and his Doge boy band are leading this charge. So here's the deal and what we know as of now. So on Thursday, Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott, he appeared at this summit, which is the name of it is so laughable considering what he went on to say. It's called the American Dream Summit. Yeah. And he told the crowd, quote, because Medicare is going bankrupt, Social Security is going bankrupt, inflation can't go away. Interest rates can't come down. So my belief is that we're going to have to do this, meaning cut Social Security and probably cut Medicare. So Scott also said that the Trump administration is going to have to cut spending, including, quote, any program you care about. So he's admitting, regardless of where your heart lies, regardless of what you care about and is beneficial to you, we're cutting it to some degree. And then Trump, as you guys know, he's claimed, no, we're not going to touch Social Security. We're going to make it better. We're going to make it stronger, but we are not going to cut it at all. I shared with you guys, though, a couple weeks back, there was a congressman in Georgia, another Republican, who admitted at his town hall that, actually, we're probably going to have to cut Social Security to some degree and Medicare. And today, the Washington Post reported that the billionaire unelected bureaucrat, the biggest welfare queen on the planet, he is the one in charge. Of course, I'm talking about Elon Musk. The acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration is a guy named Leland Dudick. I think it's Dudick or Dudick. Anyway, he admitted in a meeting with senior staff, also there were legal attorneys there and Social Security advocates, but he admitted in this meeting that he is no longer in charge, that Musk and his Doge boy band is in charge, and they are likely going to screw things up when it comes to Social Security. This is his words. And this is a guy who is a Trump sycophant. This is a Trump humper, okay? This guy got chosen to lead this department now, or this administration, or this agency, I should say, because he is a Trump humper. He has no experience in this. So he told these people in this meeting that Doge are, quote, outsiders who are unfamiliar with nuances of Social Security programs. And, quote, Doge people are learning and they will make mistakes, but we have to let them see what is going on at SSA. I am relying on longtime career people to inform my work, but I am receiving decisions that are made without my input. I have to effectuate those decisions. So this Dudek guy has been put in charge of this agency, and yet he is not making decisions. He's not the one making decisions about the Social Security Administration, the Social Security Agency. He just admitted that himself. So they have already announced, with this guy, without this guy, they announced they're going to be terminating about 7,000 Social Security staff. Doge has also either moved or closed a bunch of the Social Security offices throughout the country. These are offices that work directly with the public. They work directly with citizens who are receiving or applying for Social Security benefits. And the Washington Post they spoke with 8 current Social Security employees, And these employees say that all of these DOGE cuts are making things way worse for the public. So the article said, quote, wait times for basic phone service have grown in some cases to hours, according to some employees who, like others, spoke on the condition of anonymity to share internal details. Delays in reviews of disability claims and hearings before administrative law judges are already starting. Employees at a field office in Indiana have been forced to pick up calls for other offices, one employee said, and are fielding phone inquiries for an area covering 2/3 of the state. One office covering calls for 2/3 of the state. They went on to say, quote, the phone never stops ringing now. That's a direct quote from this employee. And they said phone backups have prevented the staff from processing retirement claims. So people who are retiring need this income, and they're just being put on hold. They're physically being put on hold on the phone for hours at a time, and their Social Security is being put on hold because of this ridiculousness. One employee told the Washington Post, quote, morale is in the toilet. We all know what DOGE wants to do, which is just break us so that they can privatize us. And because of DOGE's $1 limit on federal credit cards, which is another thing that Elon Musk did, the employee said, quote, some offices can't pay phone bills. The employee said, while one office was forced last week to cancel 3 disability hearings because the staff could not use charge cards to pay for interpreters who speak foreign languages or American Sign Language. One claimant has a terminal illness and another is in danger of losing their house, the employee said. No new hearings have been scheduled. So people who need assistance cannot get assistance because the people who are left, they've ditched a bunch of the employees, and the employees who are left can't do their jobs because they can't even pay for some of this stuff. They are trying to destroy the Social Security division. They are trying to do this purposely. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. So the employees went on to tell the Washington Post that DOGE cut a contract that was paying for medical experts who would testify at disability hearings and for mold removal at offices. So this is important because Social Security not only covers, as I'm sure many of you know, or most of you know, it not only covers people who have retired, but SSI is for people who are disabled. So that falls under the heading of the Social Security Administration. And so you have to have people come in sometimes to testify in court to say, yes, this person is completely and totally disabled, or no, they can actually work. They're trying to rip off the system. So gosh, like waste, fraud, and abuse, that kind of stuff is what this is helpful for. And because of Trump's return to office orders, and because he's closing some of these offices, some employees are going to have to start working, they're saying, in desks that are being set up in supply closets. So one employee said, quote, it's just chaos. People are terrified and no one knows anything, including our supervisors. And then another employee told Washington Post, quote, no one really knows what they're doing. No one has answers. And at some point, something is going to break. Which again, that is their plan. So let me explain. I mean, first of all, how is this government efficiency, right? How is this efficient? But again, that's not the point, because here's the thing, and this is what I want to explain. The Social Security system wouldn't be in danger if everyone had to pay the money or taxes, Social Security taxes on their full income. And that's the thing, they keep trying to say, oh, Social Security is going bankrupt. Social Security is going bankrupt. It's not going to be around. It's such a scam. People are still paying into it, but there's not going to be money. Senator Bernie Sanders has been pushing for a change in this area forever. And he has once again, just recently, just last year, introduced a bill to try to fix the Social Security system, to try to fix this BS and this arbitrary rule that caps the amount of income up to which you pay Social Security taxes. So his bill would not only raise that cap, but because of the raising of the cap, it would increase benefits to Social Security recipients by $2,400 a year, so an extra $200 a month in their pockets. It would also make the Social Security system solvent for the next 75 years. So it solves every issue. So take a look. He explained this. The audio in this isn't great, but it was one of the first videos that I found, which succinctly explain why this is important, why this is happening, how to fix it, and so forth. This was at a school event. So again, audio's not great, but check it out.
If somebody in America makes $16 million a year, and there are many people who do, and somebody makes about $160,000 a year, who pays more into the Social Security Trust Fund? Anybody know? They say, because there is a cap on Social Security taxes at about $165,000. So you make more than that, you don't pay any more than somebody making $165,000. If we lift that cap and demand that the wealthiest people start paying their fair share, we can do two things. Number one, we can rather significantly raise Social Security benefits for all those on Social Security. Number two, we can extend the solvency of Social Security for 75 years. That's the solution.
So, as you heard there, it is a simple fix. All they have to do is raise the cap on this. But there are two simple reasons why this hasn't been done, why they don't want to do it, why most members of Congress vote against this common sense legislation. Number one is that their wealthy donors are against this, right? They don't want to pay Social Security tax on their full income as the rest of us do, as average Americans do. And so they threaten these members of Congress. Oh, well, if you go along with this, then yeah, I'm going to stop sending you these big fat checks. It's that simple. The other simple reason why this doesn't go anywhere and why Bernie Sanders has not been able to pass anything is because the ultimate goal is to destroy this system and privatize it. Because wealthy investors want to be able to, play around with this money. They want to further gouge people and make money off of average Americans. So that is the goal of, most Republicans and even some corporate Democrats. So let's just privatize everything. I mean, we see how well that works in so many other areas, right? The prison system, for a perfect example. I mean, what can go wrong when there's a financial incentive, right? Financial motive. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Like I said, and I've said this before, they don't want to pass anything that Bernie Sanders brings up because it makes too much sense and it would help Americans. And it would, take the power away from their corporate overlords, their oligarchs that give them all of this money. So when people complain that, oh, well, Bernie's never passed anything, he's been in Congress and in the Senate forever, blah, blah, this is why. This is why. It's not a mystery. It's not because he sucks. It's not because he doesn't have great ideas. In fact, it's the opposite. It's because he does have good ideas and they don't benefit the wealthy. That's why the rest of Congress doesn't go along with it. And if you still don't get that, then you're just blind to the corruption on your own side, because it is across the board. And yes, there are, more honest and good Democrats than there are Republicans, but they're far and few between. I mean, they're the progressives in the party. The rest of them are owned by corporate interests. And again, if you don't get that, then you're being blinded and you're not seeing the truth of the matter, and you're betting on the wrong horse. And if you think that things are going to change by backing these same people over and over again, not going to happen. Not going to happen. And we're going to be in the same situation, whether it be, with Donald Trump or another psycho fake populist down the road. So we need to change the members in Congress if we're going to get this country back on track. That's just a fact. Anyway, guys, I will let you know if I hear any more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.